Hello everybody, and welcome back to Honeybloom Galaxy 2! So, in the last part, we went back to Hightail Falls to grab the power star that we did not get. And we also defeated a Rolodillo with the power of the rock mushroom. Now, we are going to be going back to Boulder Bowl, just not at this time. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait until much later for even more stuff that we can do there. Oh yeah. Oh my god, excuse me. Now, and speaking of which, now when we got the first letter from the chimp, I forgot to mention this. You actually get that letter from the chimp once you have gotten at least 15 stars. So essentially no matter which power stars that you get them from, you just have to get 15 overall. But anyways, now let's say Hungry Luma. We have opened up Honeybloom Galaxy, and the main mission for this one is Bumble Beginnings. Gee, I wonder what that means, huh? Yeah, here's where we're gonna be encountering not only bees, but also, the bee mushroom power up from the first game. Yep, this is where the honeybee power up comes back once again. Oh yeah, and also not only that, now we also get a different kind of remix of music that was actually heard in Galaxy 1. Yeah, shit, I forgot which galaxy it was from. Yeah, but it was in the first galaxy that we actually encountered the bees, and we got to encounter the bee mushroom power up. Yeah, it has been a long time since I did that. It has been a long time since I did that playthrough of Galaxy 1. So I forgot which galaxy it was called. Damn it. But yeah, that's right. Now, if we actually do some wall jumps there, we actually get a secret power star. Yeah, and this one actually is a secret because that is actually what the title for the mission of the power star that we just got. Yeah. Yes, as I hear, the secret wall jump. Yeah, when they say secret, they really mean it. But anyways, yeah, now we can actually head on over to the castle now if we actually want to. But we're obviously not gonna do that until we're done with the other galaxies, which of course includes Honeybloom. And speaking of bees. Once we're done with at least one of the missions there, yeah, now one of the bees will show up. Will show up on the starship. All right, now let's see what. All right, let's see what he has to say. Hey, bet you'd like to know our secret. What kind of secret are you getting at? When we get coins in the air, we can fly farther. That's not really a secret. Yeah, that's not really a secret. Especially for those of us who have played the first game. Yeah, that's not really a major secret. But anyways, now for the actual main mission itself. Now the bees are trying to find the power star that they want to find for their queen. So yeah, that's why they are here. They're trying their best to search for it. But anyways, Now, and also, oh no, also everyone, this galaxy, introduces not one, not two, but three brand new enemies. And they are only available in this game as well. Yeah, just like with several other Galaxy 2 enemies. Now, like yet, would you be so kind as to help us find the star? Yeah, we are trying our best to search for it. You do not have to be such a drama queen. But anyways, oh god. Actually, yeah, I just want to see if there was anything down there. But there really was not. Oh yeah, now we see some drips of water there, which means, yeah, we are going to be dealing with the bee's most natural enemy, water. And now, here we go. We've once again transformed into Bee Mario. Now, the bee power-up essentially works exactly the same as it does in our first game. You simply just buzz, you simply just fly around while holding the A button. Now, if you touch any sort of water, you lose it, and you also fall down. And you also fall down like a bench if it just happen to run out of your fly meter. So yeah. Oh, here we go. And here is one of the new enemies, Choppa. Oh, ow. Yeah, now, as you saw, while you can stun them with the star bits, I don't think it's possible for you to defeat them whatsoever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is actually one of the few enemies that you cannot defeat whatsoever. Yeah, and they don't even give you any they actually don't even give you any invincibility stars for the missions that actually have these guys in. So, yeah. Now, but essentially, these guys really like to essentially like to hover up and down a lot, and they will never once fall down to the ground whatsoever. Yeah, but anyways, now, oh yeah, now we got these. Now, as we now travel on for these, vines. Now we can actually make some flowers appear so we can get starbursts from them. Oh yeah, and now we also have some really bouncy grapes. Yeah, when have we gotten grapes that actually bounce like this? I really have no idea. But anyways, now we're just gonna go up this way. Oh, come on, don't bounce. Oh, come on. Don't bounce me up over there. I want to go this way. There we go. Oh yeah, I think starting with here is where we get the reappearance of fuzzies. Here we go. Oh yeah, and speaking of fuzzies, this is now Galaxy 2 is actually the very first game where fuzzies make their very first 3D appearance. So yeah, isn't that's something? Isn't that special for the young fuzzies? Oh yeah, go up here. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is so wrong with me today. I really have no idea. Anyways. Now we're just gonna keep going down the vines again. And even trying to get more star bits as much as I can, because even though I keep missing the majority of them, and more bouncy grapes. Oh, here we go. Now we get introduced to these enemies. The Spindle Burrs. Now these are essentially they're essentially bulbs that actually have retractable spikes. Now they only retract from a certain angle, so they won't get too far. Just don't get too close to them. Yeah, and now here's where we get introduced to the other new enemy, the Trap Dragons. Now, you can stand on them, but don't stand on them for too long, because otherwise, these trap dragons will eat you up. Oh yeah, and I guess I should say I never did as well about the spindle burrs. This is the only mission in the game where we're actually gonna see them. So yeah, this is the only galaxy in the game that we are ever gonna see them. Jeez. Again, they really don't like to utilize the majority of the majority of the new enemies that they introduce in Galaxy 2 really don't get to be utilized that much, don't they? Yeah. But anyways, now we are done with that. And we obviously got our level common medal. And with that, we do get a silver crown, which means there are no prankster comments within that galaxy. Oh yeah, and also now we get this letter by the honeybees. Now you get this. As soon as you get that power star that we just got. Yeah. And since this is the only time that we ever get this, that we actually get to have that kind of have that letter, which means that right there is the only time that you'll ever get that 1-up from them. So that's kind of a waste. Yeah, really big waste. You know what? Let's go with this one now, since I do have plenty of time on my hands still. Yeah, now we're gonna enter Wild Glide Galaxy. Now, in this galaxy, we're going to introduce to a mechanic that we got something similar to what we got in Galaxy 1. But anyways, the main mission for this one is Fluzzard's First Flight. Now, Fluzzard is a bird that you actually get to fly on. That bird over there? That big pink bird. That is a Fluzzard. Fluzzard is essentially almost identical to the manta ray manta ray that we got in Galaxy 1, but the controls are slightly different from the manta ray. So, and also controlling the Fluzzard may be a little bit slippery at times. Yeah, you'll see as we get into the tutorial as to how we control the Fluzzard. But anyways, now for when you actually hold it upwards, like if you hold it flat like this, now you can essentially keep the momentum of your current glide, of your current starting position. And just like with the manta ray, you tilt the Wii remote to the. Now you simply tilt the Wii remote to make him turn left, and now you simply tilt in order for him to go to the left and right. And if you if you move the Wii remote all the way down, you simply you actually do a nosedive. And if you want to slow down, you simply just hold up. And now the actual main gimmick for the Fluzzard is to glide through that big sun circle at the end. Now you may think it's pretty simple, right? Well, yeah, you see that cage with the common medal? Yeah, that is when things get a little bit tough, because we have to glide at a very specific order. Now you see, now along the way, you see these gates here. Now there are 5 of them. Now there are 5 of them in total. And once you have gone through all 5, you have the cage to that common medal will be opened up. But, however, there is a good chance that you may end up missing that common medal altogether. Meaning that if you want it, you're gonna have to restart it. You're gonna have to restart it again. And also, I guess I should say this, now you can get yourself hurt with the Fluzzard as well, if you just happen to bump into anything. But if you just happen to get hit by a wall, insta-kill. So, come on, can we get it? Okay, thank you. Okay, thank God I do not have to redo this again. Whew. Okay. Thank God I do not have to redo that again. Huh, okay. Oh yeah, and I guess I should say about the Fluzzard as well, in terms of the controls with, the Manta Ray and Fluzzard, I'm not exactly the best with Fluzzard, and this, of course, will not be the only time that we're going to be utilizing Fluzzard, so yeah, this obviously will not be the only time that we ever get to utilize him. And there's also going to be several other missions with the Fluzzard as well, too. Yeah, you'll definitely see what I mean as we go further into the game. Yeah, and that bird, yeah, essentially already told us about those 5 gates. But that's something that we have already done. But anyways, yeah, with that, we've got not 1, not 2, but 3 stars, but 3 new power stars now. Alright, I guess that's some good stuff there. And we can now travel to there again if we want to, but we're not going to do that since we still have another galaxy for us to look forward to. And we are going to do so for the next part. And so until the next part, I'll see you guys next time.